What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny, back with another video. Thanks for tuning in my channel. Before I jump into it, don't forget to like, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into this. So today, article out of New York, and preface this by saying, I told you that trying to align with any political party was a terrible idea. I told you that putting your faith in a president that he was about to make anything happen in your favor was a terrible idea. Terrible, terrible. And these are the effects of it. Because Malcolm X said it best. Political chumps. You can even go before Malcolm X, Carter G. Woodson, Miseducation of the Negro. If you can train a Negro where to go, you don't got to tell him no more. He gonna go where he want. He gonna do your bidding. And politically, black people have done Democrats' bidding, you could say, since 1924. I guess if you want to go back that far, yeah. Really, even before, well, no, they wouldn't allow the Democrat Party before 1924. So, ding, 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 ding. Gotcha. All right. Black Lives Matter of New York. They had said that they were doing a protest at this restaurant, Carmine's, because of the staff was racist. And you always have to wait on the facts, the video footage, because the story never matches what you see. So I'm going to play a little clip of what was released. And this is their side of the story in defending themselves, because, of course, they're being seen as a racist restaurant. And you see them walking up on this lady. Now, hold up. If you out anywhere, talking to my guys, or my girls, if you watching this video, if you out anywhere, let's go back a little bit. You post it right here like this young lady's doing. You got your mask, your hands just chilling. You can already see she coming in hot right there in the back, a little hostile. I think we throwing hands, personal. She kept it G. She kept her composure. Look at that. That is no way how you conduct yourself publicly. Look at this. Look at this. These are the same people that run around saying, protect black women at all costs. You are acting real masculine right now, all of y'all. The same people that say America is racist, America hates us. Where in America is white people just running up putting their hands on you because they frustrated? We get away with a lot of stuff in America that we don't realize that we was in China or North Korea or Haiti or Russia. Bro, our whole family lineage is knocked off by the way we behave. The behavior of black Americans is why a lot of people feel the way they feel. Because I know for sure, if I was acting like this in public, oh, my grandma on my ass. My mom and my daddy didn't let me conduct myself like this. We wouldn't have ever. And it ain't got nothing to do with money, because we grew up in the projects. But we always knew we was getting out of the projects. But these are people who grow up privileged now. So we just took the worst parts of poverty and made it seem like this is just how black people conduct themselves. But you know, and I know, this is not how you're supposed to behave, regardless of what service you get in a restaurant. This is just WWE Royal Rumble, huh? And I'm sure we'll have people find a way to defend the behavior, because that's how life works, you know? But I ask you, imagine you're at this restaurant just sitting here. You don't have nothing to do with it. And this is what you look up and see. You see a group of black people dressed in all black, wearing Black Lives Matter shirts, causing this ruckus. And then I ask you to mentally think about being a white person in the 1940s and you had a group of black people coming in disrupting your business. And the process is, they could have just started their own business. Integration was never needed. You didn't need approval to go in somebody else's stuff. You went in there and you caused a ruckus to get a scene, to get a reaction, which it worked. But I think we all need to ask ourselves, what was the point of the sit-ins? What was the point of forcing ourselves inside of somebody else's business when we live in America and you have the freedom to create whatever you want? What did it accomplish? Because I think it accomplished this. It made it now be the norm to go force your way into something that you don't like, or shut down something you don't like. See, here in Kansas City, we are building a new airport right now. And as of yesterday, the LGBT community locally here are asking that Chick-fil-A not be allowed or included in the airport because of their views. And as much as you cannot like this big old semi-truck 18-wheeler that the LGBT community is just driving in and just plowing over everybody, Black Americans opened that door. We just didn't go through it because we wasn't even smart enough to realize why they got us out here protesting and marching for civil rights. We got our own hospitals over here. We got our own schools. The only thing that you didn't have is protection from the Democratic politicians in the South. They were allowing the citizens to harm Black Americans. So if we could have thought about that, if the knowledge was there to spread a message, if half of the government isn't protecting you, why logically do you think the whole government is going to protect you, right? Like, if you're not getting what you need from this half here, because we understand that Black people started voting Democrat thinking they were going to get a piece of the New Deal. If you've never got what you needed, why not go out and do it for yourself? One of the things that my grandpa said to me that really stuck with me my whole life, as he said he wasn't ever a fan of Martin Luther King. And when I asked him why, he told me, he said, because I didn't need no man to go get nothing for me from the government. And as a 14-year-old boy, I really didn't get what he was saying. I was like, well, it isn't about, people not treating us bad. But he said, I'm a man. He said, I can create a baby. I can create life. I can create anything. And my grandparents did own a house. They retired and had an RV, and they traveled around America. And this was on my middle school, high school years. We was in poverty, but I'm watching my grandma and my grandpa travel to different states and send me postcards. So I never even internalized that I couldn't be something. That's how if you finish life traveling around the world. So to see the massive Black people who back then and who now are still caught up in what we can't be, what we can't become, what we can't do, while we're holding a $1,000 iPhone, wearing some $250 Jordans, some who knows how much the hair on your head costs, the nails, the lashes. At some point, we have to look at ourselves and say, Black Americans have been shooting themselves in the foot. Shit, since the compromise of 1877. And you could say the compromise of 1877 wasn't really on Black Americans. You could say that's when the Republicans sold them out for the first time. And I wouldn't argue with you. But from the compromise of 1877, where Republicans selling you out, and with Democrats playing you from 1905 to now, you would think that we understand we really own this earth, own this area together. So we need to develop some unity. Black people have voted for the same policies they hate. Like, how the hell is New York upset about COVID-19 policies when y'all wanted them Democrats in there? It's not hard to look at political issues unbiasedly and see who's going for control. I've never heard a Black person argue about a Republican policy they didn't like. I've always heard them say they was racist. That's it. I mean, you may hear the occasional abortion arguments, but on God, most men are pretty pro-life because we step up and take care of our kids. If you know a man who's telling you that he laid down and got you pregnant and he wants you to kill that baby, you need to look at his character. And that's just what it is. But this isn't a good look for Black Lives Matter. I mean, 90% of the things they've done have been terrible looks. I think we agreeing. But y'all protest every 4 years. This is 2021. I'm sure 2024, you guys gonna be back out there saying whoever the Republican candidate is racist. And what are you accomplishing? If every Republican is racist, if you don't like the policies that the Democrats that you're voting for are putting in, what's your alternative? I don't ever hear anybody talking about going to a third party. You always hear overthrow the system, overthrow the system. But I challenge most Black Americans to show me a system working better than capitalism right now. Show me another area where you can protest like this and get away with it. Because I want to say, was it I think it was Haiti. Then when you protest, they shut the internet off, or so you can't have no contact with the outside world or something like that. It gets real in these other nations, and we are real privileged. All of us. If you were born an American, you're an American citizen out the gate, you privileged. Because everything you see in front of you was an idea first. Jeff Bezos had to think of Amazon. Elon Musk had to think of Tesla. Henry Ford had to think of Ford. What can you think of that can make you the next millionaire in America freely? Black, white, yellow, brown. Your thoughts create your ideas and they create your wealth, not an external person or an external factor. So yeah, you can be mad about the COVID vaccine, but at some point, we can't just keep teaching the youth. Then when you don't like something, you get violent, you get reckless. Because I always say, but I ain't the smartest person, but I thought that's what we was pissed off about white people doing back in the day. That they used to get violent and they used to get aggressive and they used to put their hands on us and they used to just walk up and do stuff because of how they felt. That was the whole push for civil rights. And as much as these prosecutors around America are Democrat and liberal, don't think for a minute they won't start throwing these hard ass charges at Black women like they've been doing Black men for all these years. Society got y'all thinking y'all above the law. You can look at most Fortune 500 companies, most HR departments, and most of them are run by Black women because they allow them to use that sassiness, that little attitude a little bit they got to make sure that money coming in. Because companies are profiting off you. You know, if you think you're getting paid good, imagine what they're making. It's all some type of slave labor. So that's just my thoughts on it. What do you guys think about the attack on the staff due to not showing proof of the COVID vaccine? I personally don't like COVID vaccine verification. I think it's stupid. I think the vaccine overall is a scam just for money. But once again, when you can make people fight against each other, the people at the rich keep getting top. The people at the top keep getting richer. Excuse me. So leave your comments below me and let me know, was she justified for running up on them because she didn't have proof of her vax? Or should she face consequences for her actions? I personally think she should face some type of consequences, but we live in a soft society, so they may give her a slap on the wrist or something. Who knows? But until next time, YouTube, spread love, spread positive vibes. Don't forget to watch my other videos. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, and we are